Hello and welcome to our Modern Latin American History course. My name is Brandon Morgan and I am the instructor for this course. This is just a quick tour of the course navigation. So you should recognize where we're at right now. This is the course landing page, the first place you arrive at when you log into our course in Blackboard or CNN Learn. You'll notice as we scroll down that I've added a Twitter feed. There's a link to announcements and a link to your grades. Those are just things that are there for you so that you can check those out. You can see the most recent posts to Twitter for our class and remember the course hashtag and those sorts of things. You will have already clicked start here because you're watching this video and that's where it's posted. Please do go through the start here module that's below the video. It's mostly reference information. You can find the syllabus there and some other things, but it's good reference information to understand and know what's there just in case you need it in the future. Of course, you'll be able to find the syllabus in the syllabus tab in the course menu that I just clicked on. The discussion board rules are also there. We'll be using the discussion board for a couple of, I'll call them outside assignments. They're not part of the regular learning modules, but they're things that you need to complete a couple of forums by the end of the course. Please read those over though, because they also contain our netiquette guidelines and well, just the guidelines for interacting with each other in the online space. Also, the instructions for the journal entries are here. Then if you want the instructions for the reading tweets, the timeline, and those kinds of, assignments, as well as the little school assignments. So we're going to write an essay, specifically on that book. Those are here under course content. Please do look at the instructor information section. There's a picture of me and my family. It's a little bit old now, but there it is. Information about my professional and educational backgrounds. But down here, you can get my response time. If you scroll down a little bit further, you'll find the late policy and those kinds of important things. So please don't just ignore that section. Look it over. This is the course schedule. I'm not going to open all of these, but it's just a reprint of what's in the syllabus in case you need to get it quickly. And if you like using the Blackboard calendar, there's a link to that for you there as well. So the most important things to keep tabs on for our class in terms of navigation and making sure that you've completed all of the assignments this semester are going to be the learning modules and the course syllabus. Within the syllabus, there are live hyperlinks to all of the assignment types and things like that. So aside from being able to find those instructions in the syllabus tab, as well as in the reading tweets, timeline, etc. that I already mentioned, you'll also find those, in the syllabus itself. Please do open these reading tweets and timeline and everything as well, though, because unlike the one in the syllabus, these have video tutorials embedded in them to help answer questions and help get you started with things like our Tiki-Taki timeline or like Twitter. Unit 1, of course, is where we will start. This is where you will find all of the assignments and information for this first unit that lasts 1 week. All of the assignments are due on Sunday the 24th. I'm not going to open that one because it doesn't follow the typical patterns of the rest of the units. So units 2 through 6 have kind of the same pattern in terms of assignments and when things are due and how these look. So I'm opening Unit 2 to show you that one. You'll always find an intro and objectives as the first thing that you come across when you open one of these unit learning modules. Each of these contains a summary of the content and the history that we'll be studying. And then as you scroll down, you'll see this section that says, in order to complete this unit's coursework, you will. This is where all of the assignments are laid out for you, as well as the due dates. So each of these units lasts 2 weeks, as I mentioned. So for Unit 2, during the first week, you will need to have completed the readings, the videos, posted your reading tweets, and chosen a new topic for the timeline. All of that needs to be done by the first Sunday. So that's what you do in the first week. During the second week of the unit, you complete your ID step for the timeline by that Wednesday of that second week. Then by the second Sunday, or the last day of the unit, you complete the connection step and your journal entry. Then these are some helpful notes. This one reminds you to keep working on the discussion board as we go along over the course of the term. I also include video intros that provide summaries of the information we'll be thinking about kind of key highlights for those things for each of these units. Scrolling back up to the top. As you move through the unit learning modules, you can either use those arrows that are up here in the right-hand corner, or you can use the table of contents just to jump ahead to things. Unit 2 has this video about reading strategies. I realize there's a lot of reading for history classes, and so I wanted to give you some hints for that. That's only in Unit 2. Each learning module will have the readings listed, so you'll have the Chasteen and the Wood books on your own. There will be a link to the journal article that we're reading for the unit, and then there will be optional readings for most units. So obviously you can do those if you would like and if you have time, but if you don't, no big deal. Each unit has film clips or videos that go along with them. As noted here, the videos are meant as supplements to help you better understand what we were thinking about in the readings and the other materials. I understand there are more videos there than you probably have time to watch, so they're not required. You don't have to watch these things, but they're there to help you if you need them. And I encourage you to watch them if you have the chance. Then there's always a section to remind you to complete your reading tweets. There it goes. I was going to say, this should become a Twitter feed. Please don't complete your reading tweets using these little feeds that I've embedded in class. It doesn't work very well. Instead, go to twitter.com or go to TweetDeck to do that. There's more information about that in all of the Twitter assignment materials. Then in each of these, there will be something that will take you to the timeline submissions area, to your journal, and then to close each unit learning module, there is a section called self-assessment and looking ahead. So it will once again have the checklist of things that you should have completed during the last 2 weeks for the unit, and then due dates of things that are coming up, especially things like the little school essay, the discussions, and the final project, things that you need to be thinking about on your own that we're not doing in each and every unit. So again, hopefully that helps you understand where things are at. If you keep tabs on the learning modules and on the syllabus, you should understand and know exactly when everything's due and what you need to do. All of these other things are there just so that you can quickly get to them if you need to. So say you were in the unit working on things, you went outside, you did your timeline work, you want to submit your timeline, but you don't want to go all the way back through the learning modules, you can just click timeline. Then there are the link to the timeline itself, the instructions, the tutorials, but you go all the way to the bottom, and then there are these links to the submission spaces. So if, for example, you were doing the Unit 3 timeline, you just click Unit 3 timeline submissions, go to the ID step, and that is where you would submit your work for that one, as well as on Tiki-Talk. So hopefully, again, that is helpful. Please do keep tabs on the announcements. I will use those frequently. I think Blackboard gives you some notifications and alerts about those, but just in case, it's a good idea to go and check and see what's there for you. I'm also going to be putting in an extra credit section. I haven't done that yet, but if you attend the speakers series that I'll be advertising here in Blackboard and on Twitter, there's a speaker coming up on October 3rd, for example, at main campus. You can earn extra credit that way, and there will be a couple of other opportunities for extra credit. So please let me know whenever you have questions about the course, whatever they may be. I look forward to working with you this semester.